Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So tonight I have something really important to show you guys, and that is the tremendous growth of Bitcoin and crypto. 881% to be exact. Why is the growth so tremendous? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to tell you why you need to be in Bitcoin and crypto and why the growth is so staggering. Also, altcoins are coming to life. There is a lot of altcoin movers tonight. So let's take a look at them and discuss. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day. Almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, articles, and guides on CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Things are coming back. Bitcoin again, took a little breather, is coming back up. Bitcoin is kind of going sideways at this point, but a lot of things is very positive, even from an indicator perspective, a metric perspective. Not metrics. I forgot what I was saying. But this morning I did show you guys the monthly MACD is turning over. That's very positive. Oh, on-chain metrics, yes, that's what I meant to say. Like stock to flow shows Bitcoin is going up, but there's just so much more. There's so much more than just what the metrics and analytics say. There is a lot more. Okay, but in the meantime, look at overall market cap, still a little bit less than 2 trillion, but you still have some tremendous moves from altcoins. For example, Cardano is joining in the game, up 11% today. Solana is still up 13% from this morning's pump. Look at Luna. Luna is not stopping, up 35% within the last 24 hours. It is about to pump into the top 10 pretty soon. That's pretty amazing, but that's not it. ICP is at 11%. Avalanche is at 42%. Pretty darn big. And even Cosmos. I told you guys about Cosmos. Up 27%, started pumping, and there is so much more. Elrond is up 13%. I mean, the major protocols are all going up. It's due to DeFi, due to NFTs, and due to just a whole lot of buying. A lot of buying. So what is this 81%? Well, I saw this. This is from Chainalysis, and CNBC decided to write a story about it. But Chainalysis, of course, measures a whole bunch of stuff and measures all the countries and all the usage, including trading activity, peer-to-peer activity, just overall activity. And here's a pretty good map of the countries. And you may be surprised that someone like the U.S. is actually not the biggest, according to this, purchasing power parity per capita. So it's actually not the U.S. You'll be surprised. So look at this breakdown. You have Vietnam, that's at number 1, then India, Pakistan, Ukraine, Kenya, Nigeria, Venezuela, then the U.S., and then it goes down Togo, Argentina, Colombia, and so forth. You notice that most of these countries, if not all, are developing countries, right? You don't really see a lot of first world countries in here, with the exception of the United States and maybe Russia. But all these other countries, you know what? Their citizens, most of them are unbanked. Most of them are trying to free themselves, right? Get financial stability, get financial freedom. Financial stability in a lot of these countries is really hard because of hyperinflation. So it makes sense that a lot of them is turning to crypto, which is why, according to Chainalysis, the growth year to year has been 881%. 881. And we know more people, more countries are coming in, fully embracing, okay? El Salvador is pretty soon. Argentina is talking about it. Paraguay is talking about it. And others are all talking about it. So this is pretty fantastic. This is very fantastic for us holders, for crypto in general. This is what I like to focus on because this shows there is so much more coming to Bitcoin and crypto. And here's another one. Okay, another on-chain metric from Glassnode tweeted by Will. Exchange net position change of all exchanges for Bitcoin. And you can see on the very right-hand bottom side, you don't see very often when there's a large chunk of Bitcoin coming off the exchanges. We've only seen this kind of dip 2 times before. And this goes back all the way to 2014. And you could see every time you have a big dip like this, guess what follows? A huge price pump. Okay, and that's what we're seeing right now. There's an enormous amount of buying going on, and we may not notice it, but it is happening, and this is why Bitcoin is going to go higher. All right, you know what? I found this too. Look at this. Bill Miller, one of the biggest fund managers out there, because legendary fund manager, he doubled down on his crypto conviction and bought a ton of Coinbase shares. But that's not all. Actually, it's a really good time to be buying Coinbase shares because it has been down since its IPO. But according to this, Bill Miller is a longtime Bitcoin bull and started buying Bitcoin when it was only $200. Yeah, so some of these guys, they got in very early. $200, that's back in 2013, 2014, right? Still not as low as $1, $10, but that's not too bad because he was already rich at that time. So who knows how much he scooped up at that time, right? But you have a ton of legendary guys, investors, fund managers. They're all turning to Bitcoin, and we know they're buying. Accumulating, buying. And even though some of these companies or people are spreading FUD, but what they're doing is really buying behind the scenes. It's a race to accumulate as many Bitcoins as possible right now. Who else is buying? Well, look at this one. Texas biotech company Spinesmith Holding will convert their balance sheet to Bitcoin for long-term holding to avoid the overreach of banks. Now, they didn't come out how much, they have, but they do generate over $15 million in annual revenue, and they might have a substantial amount, hundreds of millions that they will be converting to Bitcoin, right? Again, this is also happening. More and more of this is happening. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Okay? Now, the one person that is now spreading FUD besides Michael Burry, which I covered yesterday, who decided to short ARK Invest. Take a look at this guy. The Minneapolis Federal Reserve President, Neil, says that Bitcoin has no legit use cases. Crypto is 95% fraud, hype, noise, and confusion. And he's saying this now, despite everything that I've shown you guys, despite all the adoption and usage and legitimate reasons to hold Bitcoin, and if nothing else, hedge against inflation or a wealth generator. I mean, how can you say this? 95% is fraud, hype, noise, and confusion. And it's been proven that there is actually very little illegal activity going on with Bitcoin. You know why? Because it's actually easier to track with the blockchain, right? Just like the recent hack with Poly Network, people could see it. So you could argue that criminals is more likely to use, say, something like cash than the blockchain because it makes more sense. You can't track cash. You can track transactions on blockchain. So there's still some people that still does not like change, or they're paid not to like it. I know this guy, I was looking him up. He used to be in politics before he became the Minneapolis Federal Reserve president, and he received a lot of campaign donations. So who knows? And plus, he is part of a Federal Reserve who does not want to lose control, right? So it just makes a whole lot of sense. So not everyone not everyone is a fan, but you know what? There will always be FUDers, and they're the ones that's gonna lose out. Just ignore the FUD. Ignore the FUD. All right. Lastly, Ecomi fans, you'll be happy to see this. Marvel comic number one is coming out tomorrow. And then there's another one, Journey into a Mystery, number 85, coming out Friday. And Fantastic Four, number 1, coming out on Saturday. And these are all going to be NFTs on the VV app. So Ecomi, like I said, they are really utilizing their Marvel licensing, and they are going all out. So for those of you guys that are into NFTs and into Marvel and into comic books, you may want to check this out. All right. Last thing. No, actually, that's it. I mean, overall, the market, still trying to recover. Bitcoin is above 45,000, which is okay. But there is so many altcoins right now that's doing absolutely fantastic things. And tonight is DCA day. Today is DCA day. Let's take a look at my portfolio. So it's up about $3,000. According to this, the last 30 days, it is up 82%. 82%. That's crazy. So if you look at what's going on here, the one thing I did not add in time was Terra. That was one of the projects I really supported, but I forgot to add it, and that's a big mistake. But you know what? I did add some big movers. Obviously, Solana has moved in a big way. Cardano has moved in a big way. And a lot of these, Cosmos have moved in a big way. A lot of these have moved so much. Look at my BDC share has dropped down from 50% to like 48%, and this week dropped to 42%. This is why you want to be diversified sometimes. You want to get it into altcoins because it does help you gain on Bitcoin. So I have to put in another $100. And you know what? It's tough. Because the ones I missed, like Terra, I do not want to DCA in because it's up like 50% or 40%. So it's really tough. But I did want to add one that I do think has a lot of promise. But it's also up. So that's the problem. DCA is hard when things are up. If we're down substantially today, it'd be easy to DCA, but it is very tough. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take the easy route. I'm going to put in another $100 into Bitcoin because this is really off now. When it was like a few percentage off, it was okay. But now that it's so off, you know what? I think I'm going to put the $100 into it and call it a day. That's a really easy way to do it. So let's do this. Let's do a calculator, and 45,000. Let's do 100 divided by 45,000, 113. That is 0.002. That's not very much, but you know what? It's $100. So let's just deposit BDC. Enter 0.0022. The date is today, 8/18. 20. I don't know. I'll just do 20. Whatever. 8 o'clock. Done. Boom. All right. So that bumped it up to 43%. Still way off, but that's okay. Right? At least I added a little bit more to Bitcoin, but I'm going to keep doing this. But man, when you have a mover like Solana, and you have others that just pumps up, it really carries your portfolio. And this is not by accident. Of course, maybe the pump is a little bit more than expected or sooner than expected. But you notice that most of these projects are the foundational protocols, the ones that are running everything, right? And it's not a surprise when you have DeFi NFTs doing so well, then the foundation layer does well too. So there you go. And let's check this next week. All right. Lastly, I do have a new sponsor, and they are a DEX. They are AMM, and I think a lot of you guys have heard of this one before, called MDEX. This was actually, they're relatively new, but they hit the market really, really hard. You could see that they have 2.5 billion of USDT equivalent locked in already. Yes, they are a DEX. They are an AMM. And if you look at this list of the top AMMs out there, of course, sorted by volume right now, at least according to CMC, Uniswap is number 1, PancakeSwap number 2. 1 inch, that combines others, so I don't even count that in there. Uniswap V2, which is up there. And then you have MDEX and MDEX on Binance Smart Chain. So MDEX is definitely up there, a ton of volume, and they do operate both on Huobi's Eco Chain and also Binance Smart Chain, and they have compatibility with Ethereum. So they do have multi-chain capability. And they also have 2 ways of staking too, which I'll explain in a little bit. So you can actually stake both ways to provide liquidity pool and also to have governance and have the ability to repurchase. So you can see the APY in both, which is a little bit different. And on top, you could see you do have a swap, right? You have a pool, you have liquidity, you have bridge, you have a whole bunch of things. And you know what? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple like this. This is their swap play. You have a ton of tokens out there. And also this is their pool where you could add a liquidity pool. And by the way, this is an AMM. This is not a centralized exchange. It may look like it. That's why up here you can see you connect your wallet. So everything is still from your wallet. You're not giving up your keys. This is very important for a lot of people. This is an actual AMM, although it doesn't look like one. And also, according to this blog article, there's many creative things that they do. They do have a dual mining mechanism, which combines liquidity mining and transactional mining. And the advantage of this is to attract users to actively participate in transactions at the early stage of project launch, thereby empowering the platform with funds and traffic, and of course, providing the second ways to provide liquidity in the pools. But also they have other things that actually increases the value of MDEX. For example, MDEX injects 30% of daily platform revenue into the pending repurchasing pool and automatically executes repurchase and burn when a smart contract is triggered. So they do have native burning and repurchasing as well. So if you guys want to check out another promising AMM on multiple chains, check out MDEX. And their URL is in the description of this video. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. You guys are hilarious. I just read what guitar player said, which I'm not going to repeat, but it's funny. All right. Please put Marvel NFTs on Solana. That's not going to happen. That's the point of having licensing, right? An IP, intellectual property, and that's what Ecomi has. So they have that. That's going to be very, very big for them. What else is there? BRI Braja says, love you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. What is Bitcoin's bottom this week? 42, 43K. Your prediction on market will start trending upwards. It already started. Look at what altcoins are doing. It's already started. Never really went down. I know a lot of people think that Bitcoin could go down to 42. It could. It could, you know. 42 is not too far off, only 3,000 off, but look at how strong the market is. Look at these big movers right now. Look at how much money is flowing in to these projects. Not just by 5 or 10%. We're talking about 20, 30, 40%. There's a lot of money out there, right? And there's a lot of people spending a lot of money on NFTs. And my NFT is doing not too shabby. Someone else placed a big bet, or big bid, I should say. Look at this. It is up to one ETH. Not too shabby. Sale ends in 6 days. My very first I Am George number 0001 NFT. And I will be releasing more later on, but just want to give you guys an update on that. All right. You're still early with Luna. We're going to 1,000. I do believe so, but I always advise not to get into something after it pumps up this much. You always want it to settle down, right? So when something like Luna or Solana has gone up so much, right, you wanted to let it settle down before getting in. Otherwise, it will come down, and you may be holding a little bit longer than you need to. So, Marshawn, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. All right. Sorry, I didn't do AMP. What's your thoughts on a helium network? I enjoy it. I think it's a good concept. You blanket whole cities with low power Wi-Fi for IoT devices and other things. I think it's pretty good. And founded by the founder of Napster. So. Lisa asks, why no XRP in my portfolio? I think you could tell why, right? Because I think the others are better buys. All right, anything else? Scrolling down. Star Caliber says Chainlink is the best buy. Chainlink, in my opinion, is a blue chip. Okay, Chainlink will do well, but it's not a fast mover. It never has been. Earlier on, yes, it was, but recently it's just been like slowly and trending upwards. Okay, so it's a blue chip. Everyone should hold on to some Chainlink. It's the biggest oracle out there by far. So yeah, you should hold on to it. You know, this morning or this afternoon, someone is like, hey, you know what? You make fun of XRP, but look at it. It's moving faster than Cardano and Ethereum. And I'm just laughing. Really? Yeah, if you look at maybe the last 30 days. But XRP didn't even form a new high yet. That 392 high that you see here was formed back in 2017. And it is still 70% off from its high. While Cardano has shattered through its high from 2017. Ethereum has shattered its high from 2017. Binance Coin have shattered its high from 2017. Dogecoin has shattered its high from 2017. Literally every single project have shattered its all-time high from 2017 and have formed a much higher high this year, with the exception of XRP. So those guys that are saying, oh, look, XRP is moving so well. Is it really? It's down thousands of percent compared to everything else within the same space. Not to pick on XRP, but I just find these XRP fans, they really don't know what they're talking about, at least some of them. AMP is ready to explode. I hope so, because AMP has been sitting idle for quite some time, and that's because it did pump up quite a bit. It pumped up quite a bit, and then now it's covering. It will have its turn again. All right. Anything else? My BTC bag is packed. I'm packing a few alts here. That's all you need to do. Don't be a hater. I know you like to be a Bitcoin maxing and hate on everything else. There's no need to do that, Hellcat. Add in the promising altcoins. It only helps you gain on Bitcoin. That's the whole point, to gain as much Bitcoin as possible, right? That's what altcoins do. The Bean one, that's because I'm limited. I'm supposed to be averaging $100 per week. I can't just add whatever I want. That defeats the whole purpose of DCA. And I do think the other projects are more promising. I like them. So, doesn't mean that every single project that I like goes in right away. It's a slow process. That's the whole point of DCA. Darren says, I bought Luna at 6 when you did a video in June. Well, congratulations, because it is up 5x since June. I'm choosing slower movers for DCA, 3 daily underperformers. You can't choose them all. Why buy one, right? So, yeah. Yeah, why not? Why not? I do think Omi needs is going to get its turn. Omi has not had a pump at all for quite some time. So, I do think that it is ready. Harmony 1 will be on Coinbase soon. I would not doubt that. I would not doubt Harmony being added on Coinbase soon. It is definitely a very, very promising project. It should be listed in the near future. So, yeah. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it. I'll let you guys go. Not a whole lot going on tonight, other than some good pumps. That's really all we want, right? But this is very interesting. Crypto adoption up 881%. Why not? Why not? Right? Because the world is adopting crypto, adopting it tremendously and very quickly. And it's only going to accelerate. This is why you need to be in the game and you need to go long and you need to ignore guys like this who claims that everything is still fraud, hype, and noise and confusion. That's because he's paid to say that. Not that he believes it, because he's paid to say that. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one.